All right, David, thank you very much. Demonstrations remembering Mike Brown and condemning the officer who shot him, Darren Wilson, are popping up all over the country. This following a grand jury's decision not to indict Officer Wilson for killing that unarmed teen. Joining us now to break that controversial case down is criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Steven Rocket Rosen. Good morning, Rocket.
Good morning to you, and happy holidays.
Happy holidays. You just finished up the turkey, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, I'm feeling good.
Well, let's get right into this, because this is very controversial. As we said, protests are going on across the country about this grand jury's decision. What's your take on it?
Temper your emotions. Let's educate the American public on a grand jury system. Thank God for a grand jury system. We should have great gratitude. It's part of our judicial system, and it's a checks and balances from people being indicted by a state prosecutor by whim. We have a community of 12 people that gather every day, and I talk about Houston, Fort Bend County, Brazoria, Montgomery County. They gather every day. They go from their jobs and take the time out to hear cases that are presented to them, and they have to make a decision as to whether probable cause exists or not.
When you heard the prosecutor sort of detailing what was going on in the grand jury, the evidence that was presented, the eyewitness testimony that was refuted, what did you think about that?
I was shocked. A grand jury proceeding is secretive. No one knows but the grand jurors and the witnesses that are in there being examined by a prosecutor and the grand jurors. And I was just shocked to this day that they have leaked or have given freely all the information out and all the testimony out.
And he did say he couldn't tell you anything about the grand jurors themselves. Boy, he really did get into what questions they were asking, that sort of thing, and what answers they were getting back. And how does it work? Is it just the prosecutor asking Darren Wilson, you know, the questions, or do the grand jurors weigh in?
The grand jurors weigh in, the prosecutors weigh in, and the law enforcement officer's lawyer is not allowed in the grand jury room. So it's just grand jurors and prosecutors, and it's free will. Whatever you want to ask, answer. And if you don't want to answer, then take the fifth.
Is the Texas system much like the Missouri system?
It's much like it, and it's, again, a checks and balances where grand jurors are just citizens in the community. They don't want to indict, or they do want to indict. They want to hear facts. They want to hear figures. And we found out that they spent 25 days and 70 hours. That's unprecedented for a grand juror to take that much time.
Lots been made over the fact that Mike Brown didn't have a weapon and that the officer shot an unarmed man. Is that something that on the surface, you know, looks exactly like it's black and white like that? Or you know, can police shoot an unarmed person?
I've been in this business for 33 years as a prosecutor and as a defense lawyer. Law enforcement officers are first responders. My heart goes out to the family of Michael Brown. It is devastating that a young man lost his life. They say he was unarmed. I don't want to comment about facts and figures. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. If I was a grand juror, I would want as much evidence. I want to be taken to the scene. I want videos. I want eyewitness testimony. And then I can properly weigh all the information and make a decision. And that's why I say, keep our emotions tempered and let the facts come out.
And very quickly, we've heard a lot from the Houston Police Department talking about maybe buying cameras and working with the community to make sure something like this doesn't happen, or at least the reactions after something like this doesn't happen, the same happened in Missouri. What do you think locally? How good a job are we doing locally?
We're doing a great job. And we look up to law enforcement officers. Of course, in any line of business, there's good and there's bad. I think it'd be a great idea to have cameras where the officers can equip themselves, and then we can see it with our own eyes at that specific time.
Rocket, thanks for coming in this morning.
Thank you.
Certainly appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, for much more information about the Ferguson decision and the very latest developments, head on over to our website, abc13.com. Well, you've heard